so I can see you better.
Listen, you came at 6:57.
I just came to visit, just
fair.
to have a look around. Someone told me that you're showing the whole Marine Drive ka view and all. So मैंने कहा कि यार चलो कार में बैठे-बैठे तेरा Marine Drive देख लूं. So I took a good look and I thought I'll come back again after you finished a little chit chat with everyone.
Shaan, you need to let me introduce you formally. Okay, so I have a problem with I have one problem with this guy. He's 1.5 times my age, so he's 1.5 times my age, but he looks 1.5 times younger, and this is a massive problem that I have. The second problem that I have with this guy is you know him as a singer, composer, actor, performer, everything. But I know this guy as somebody really special, and I'll tell you why. Yesterday we released a poster of a song in which this guy is in the center of the poster. Okay. And as all of you know him, he's an advisor and he is supposed to be very close to the organization. But from this guy, I got from his office and he called and he said, "Arey Rishabh, wo mujhe center mein se hata lo na. Remove me from the center. Because quite honestly, everyone should be equally kept." And this is what makes me respect this guy tremendously. I have not seen a human being like you ever. I'm being very, very honest. I've seen superstars, I've seen super duper stars, but I've not seen a person like
that
you.
I still that you that is something you shouldn't have done, especially when you have veterans like Bapida and Leslie, and the so much loved Shreya Ghoshal, and jo apne hote hain na, since I'm an advisor for IIMUN, even if you missed my photo, it's okay. But jo hamare, we should mehman nawazi sahi honi chahiye. We must have our guests and give them priority, but it was kind of too late by the time I shared
Shaan,
picture with me. But please, in the video, I'm sure you're going to change it, right? You've given me a word. For the YouTube cover, you will change that.
I will change it. My goodness.
But it's not about being humble or it's not about being modest.
Okay, so this is why
I think it's very important that we should, respect everyone and be fair with everyone. Everyone's put in their work. Everyone's, and I think if we run with that policy of everyone being equal and everyone being, worthy, I don't know, why everyone. I think I just felt that way. In fact, I'm.
Okay. On that note, let me welcome you to IIMUN officials. Kuch to Karona. Welcome back home to one of the humblest, sweetest advisors and human beings, superstars that I know, to singer Shaan. Shantanu Mukherjee,
thank you,
Rishabh.
Thank you for that wonderful welcome. And of course, Kuch to Karona. क्यों ना हम गाने के 2 लाइन गाकर शुरू करते हैं? Yeah, the beautiful song composed by Leslie.
Listen, at the end of this session, people are going to say that why did we even have Rishabh in this chat? Shaan would have done a better job without Rishabh. So let's start with Ek India. This guy has been at the center of Ek India along with Leslie. Leslie sung it, he's composed it. But this guy is the first one who immediately told me. I messaged him and he said, "Rishabh, count me in on such things." And we started the song with "Hello Everybody" and with his face. So I'm going to, now that you said it, let's start this with 2 lines from Ek India.
Sure. So of course it starts with,
let's start this with 2 lines from Ek.
Everyone, kahan ho tum? And it goes on to the main chorus, which everyone sings together. Is Dil se dil milao, aankhon mein hai nayi disha, milke banaye India, mushkilein rahenge par hum nahi darenge zara, hum sab hai ek India. दिल से दिल मिलाओ, आंखों में है नई दिशा, मिलके बनाए इंडिया, मुश्किलें रहेंगे पर हम नहीं डरेंगे जरा, हम सब हैं एक इंडिया. But
you're killing it. You are absolutely
killing it.
Thank you,
Rishabh. And honestly, your platform IIMUN Of course, I mean, we've heard of UN, and I've actually had the good fortune to even do, to compose and create some music for the UN on World Environment Day. And this year again, we will be making a song that will go out from India. But it all started when India was representing the UN in year 2018 on the World Environment Day, when we spoke about, the one-time plastic ban. And we made a song on that. And, the song is still very popular. It's that tick, 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 tick. Kasam ye khaye re. Tick, 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 tick. Plastic tick na paye re. And I also performed it at, in at your conference and along with the other song that we did last year. So this year we're working on something that is very interesting and something that I really want to share on this platform, because I know most of the people who are here, who are here with us today, are all youngsters who want to be that change. Not just wanting change is one thing, but being that change is what I think IIMUN is always all about. So yeah, this song about,
absolutely.
I mean, the theme that the UN has given us. Earlier it was beat plastic, then it was beat air pollution, and this time it is about biodiversity. So it sounds like a kind of a crazy word, and in the wake of the whole COVID-19 pandemic, somewhere there's a very strong connection with what we're talking about, because biodiversity
is the best time for biodiversity today. It's the best time for biodiversity today.
So and also
this is why my parents. This is. Sorry to interrupt, but this is why my parents insist that I'm outside the house, because they say biodiversity is best outside the house, not inside.
Not at the moment. Suppose you stick your neck in the home. That's at home. You don't want to step outside. Okay. So we made a song which is fun, which is finger snapping, and because that's very important. We have to connect with not even the youth, I think, with the kids. And once you put that seed in the child's mind, not child as in not a toddler, but once it starts thinking, while it's still in school, if they understand the values of these things, then it's going to take us a long way, and it's never too late to start. But anyway, the song is dhak 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 dharti ka dil kya bole dhak 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 धक धक खुद जी लो सबको जीने दो मेरे लिए जरूरी सब धक 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 धक. So we're saying, listen to what Mother Nature, what is its heart saying, that we all are equal and we all have to live together cohesively, and we have to respect every being, whether it's then it goes on like that, because I think too much of that preachiness and too much of heavy information can really make people run away from the thing. So it's a fun song, and I just thought I wanted to share that. It's going to be out soon.
I'm so glad that you're coming out with such a song, because I think one of the biggest upsides to the pandemic, and I wanted to ask you that only, that one of my pleas to the United Nations and to the Indian government on behalf of young people is going to be that every year, 1 week, we should put human beings in the house and we should let Mother Nature flourish. And for 1 week every year, this is something.
It's very true. And
what do you think?
I think it makes a lot of sense. And it's not about us staying at home for a week, because if we are out for even 1 week in a year, we are very dangerous. We human beings are so corrupt by now in our thinking. We are completely bereft of the fact that what we are doing is having such adverse effects, and so quickly within the next 20-25 years it's going to be showing. And what has happened, this pandemic, or what happened at the Amazon Amazon forests, what's happening in Australia, the kind of burning, the kind of fires, the kind of we think, nature is acting weird, nature's gone cuckoo, it's gone crazy, but that's not true. We have pushed nature to that, and nature can revive and survive so quickly that in these 3 months now, you can feel it. Pollution has gone down, the color of the sea has changed. You probably watch that view behind you every time, but I can see shades of blue, not just gray like it always was, or rather black most of the time. So you know what, it's amazing if we can just be. So even if we step out from here on, I think we have so many youngsters, so many I would say influencers, people who will make a change. And a lot of them, who maybe they're running their own startups, they're doing their own businesses. I'm hoping there are such people who will actually want to come out. Yes, they can say the sky is pink. I just read someone saying that. So yes, we have to get up there and make those few, those three R's, that is reuse, refuse, and, reduce. So we have to work on reducing our carbon footprint. We have to, enjoy experiences more and enjoy products less. The fact that, you read a book, or you can, catch up on a friend, who's not been with you for a while, the happiness that will give, that can give you, I would think, is much more than, going out crazy shopping. And I've done that myself, so it's late for me to actually say these things, but it's never too late to make a change. And I am going to come once we're out of this. I would love to change my, it's helped me change my view completely, and to be a part of the bigger picture. We alone cannot do anything. We have to be together, be a part of the bigger picture, and that should be pro nature, pro environment, pro everyone, not just the privileged ones. Which is why I'm so glad and happy to be a part of.
This is why we love you so much.
And that's what you do, Rishabh. That's what you do. You're moving ahead with all the youth, all the youngsters, sending them the right messages, the right signals, and keeping it apolitical, keeping it, such a fantastic movement. And I'm so glad to know that it's one of the biggest youth organizations of the world, IIMUN, in terms of numbers and in terms of participation. So I'm really thrilled to be, whatever my two-bit advisor, but I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
No, but it becomes Shaan, it becomes what it is because of people like you. And on the answer that you gave, the birds used to be going cuckoo. Now they are only making the cuckoo sounds. So the good part is that now actually Mother Nature is flourishing. The skies become pink.
True.
And for once, quite honestly, I can see the entire necklace view.
Wow.
I can see the entire Queen's necklace for once.
True.
So
and think about that.
It's spectacular what this pandemic has done.
Yeah. No matter how much you probably, thrived in your business, and no matter how well you did for yourself personally, you could never see that view, and that view is priceless, isn't it? You don't want to lose that. We want to make sure that when we are manufacturing, when we are, we're driving our cars, we make sure that, if we can cycle, let's give a shot to that. Let's try and do all the little things we can avoid. The first thing I'm going to do is buy a little bucket and start going back to those old times, bucket bath. Because you know what? Once we run out of water, can't even imagine the kind of crisis we're going to go through. We're talking about a pandemic that has affected about 1% in terms of death rate. 2% in terms of death rate at the most. Not even that actually. But imagine when we run out of water, what's going to happen? It's going to be crazy. I don't want to scare anyone. Let's have some fun. We're supposed to have a light-hearted chat. Sorry. Heavy with you.
No. I keep cracking the random one-liners in the middle, so there is no problem. But what you're saying is a lot of sense. What you're actually talking about is a lot of sensible stuff. The fact that we should conserve the earth, we should actually preserve the water that we have. We should take care of the environment in and around. Doesn't matter the number of zeros in our bank account. At the end of the day, if we don't have a place to live in and fresh air to breathe, I think at the end of the day there is very little that you and me can do. But what you are doing today is actually influencing these young people in a positive way, and therefore I did not ask those stupid questions which I normally ask, because quite honestly what you're saying, you and I think Dia also spoke a lot of sense when she had come. A lot of other people have come and spoken a lot of sense, but I really think this is something that's very
wonderful. Let's break into a song or something. I think what is that? Sing a ghazal, honton se chulo tum. That is for Khushi long name, couldn't get. चलो ghazal गाते हैं, हाँ? ghazal गाते हैं because यार भाई सब आए हमारे chat पे, we gotta keep them entertained, or they're gonna be like क्या यार भाषण दे रहे तब से.
Absolutely.
से छू लो तुम, मेरा गीत अमर कर दो, बन जाओ मीत मेरे, मेरी प्रीत अमर कर दो. आकाश का सूनापन मेरे तन्हा मन में, पायल छनकाती तुम आ जाओ जीवन में, तुम हार के दिल अपना मेरी जीत अमर कर दो, बन जाओ मीत मेरे, मेरी प्रीत अमर कर दो. Wonderful. So,
Whoa, crazy, yeah. Insane. When you do this, then you say three lines which are about biodiversity. Then I think the entire nation will sit and they will hear you. But this is the reason why we made you advisor. Let me be honest and tell you this is the reason.
No, of course, music can send a message. I feel much more easier than words, and but of course, music is also a great mood changer. So, Rishabh, आपका कोई favorite गाना growing up? Any song that you loved?
Yeah, one song which I want you to sing, but before I want you to sing that song, the second part of what we do is called Tum Bhi Karona.
Acha.
Okay, so Tum Bhi Karona. Okay, so one song that I want you to sing, which young people today, this is a trick one because it's out of syllabus. I have not, it's not written on my paper, but I'm yet asking you the question. Is one song that can depict and capture the mood of the country today and what young people can take back from the pandemic?
I think it's an old bhajan, but it says beautiful के दूसरों के जय से पहले खुद की जय करें. मतलब we have to believe in ourselves, and each of us are also saving not just our own lives but also of people in our family, people in our neighborhood. So we have to take so it's हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे, हमको मन की शक्ति देना. Because it's easy like to be said, stay at home, don't go out, but over these weeks to be able to control our own our own minds, I can tell so many of us could end up feeling depressed, sort of, what is this? I'm stuck at home. You wake up every morning and there's nowhere to go. It can be a terrible feeling. But man vijay karo. We have to fight this feeling, and we have to keep that positivity alive in us. And of course, I mean, we have our our COVID heroes, our Corona heroes out there, saving lives out there. But even we can do our part, and for that we have to stay positive and stay, yeah.
And sitting at home, apart from watching Ek India, in which you have taken lead and sung the first line, apart from watching Ek India on repeat, which I tell all of these 4,000-5,000 people and the millions who are going to see this,
of course,
you must watch Ek India. But apart from Ek India, what else can one do sitting at home?
I'm so thrilled talking about 14 to 30. That covers my youngest son, who every now and then goes on to Insta Live and starts singing songs. But beyond that, he's also cooking. He's baking cookies, and he's become a baker. So he goes into the kitchen, burn.
Listen, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to interrupt. Really sorry to interrupt. But I heard your son's voice, and he came out with his first album, song.
He's on YouTube. He does covers and he does his own thing. And I didn't have to push him much. He loves to sing. My friend Siddharth Malhotra's on the chat. So, they all, we are a big group of friends, and all our kids, we always kind of, encourage all the kids to do whatever they want to do. So he loves singing. He plays the guitar. But what I meant is he also started to bake now. So every now and then he's making cookies and he's making stuff. So I think we can go into cooking. I would have really, really loved to, if I had like a little inkling of what's going to happen, I would have loved to, buy myself an easel and buy myself some paints. And I used to be a decent painter back in school, but I'd love to try to do that again. So there are so many things. What you realize is that what you can do for yourself can make you a better companion of yourself. Singing is the easiest thing. And I also have a little, Rishabh, you should buy my master school. It's quick shortcuts on learning music.
But you said your son
Right.
is started baking. Even I started baking. I started eating baked Doritos. So before I used to eat, see, like it's baked
Yes,
Doritos,
yes.
baked, not fried. So
I've had that. Really nice, crunchy, and
so this is
and also healthy. But why are we giving them free advertising?
this is a prospective way of reaching out to the sponsor and telling
So
them please
first we
sponsor
put it out, then we tell them, listen, we
But
spoke about you now, yaar. Kuch to IIMU. Kuch to karna. Kuch to
Karona.
karna.
Kuch to Karona.
Chalo.
Kuch to Karona. But your son, does he face pressure in following his father's footstep? And
No,
is he
my
here? Is he
older one,
around you?
I
Because
know
I
he's
would
in the
love.
gym
We
across
would
because I
all,
can hear throbbing music. So that's the last thing as a parent I would ever want to sort of acknowledge or believe that we put our kids into any kind of pressure, and that shouldn't be the case. And each of them, we all chart our own lives. We all have our own plans. So
does he face the same problem that my father used to? My father never faced this problem. Okay, so but I know lots of my friends' fathers used to face this problem. They used to come to pick us up,
yeah.
pick us all up at school. Okay, and some of my friends used to get really awkward because their fathers used to be more good looking than them, and and then it used to become a very awkward conversation for the people in and around. So your son
So
faces that problem in
he's
school.
5'11". My older one